The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, head injuries can be a huge risk in motorsport, but the solution might be right in front of our eyes. Cars may no longer be needed to learn to drive in Christchurch thanks to a new simulator in an ambulance. And some Dunedin primary school pupils are showing off their art skills with a new multicultural religious mural. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. An Otago University student is taking away test dummies from crash research in an effort to help drivers recover from head injuries. Concussion still remains a major issue in the world of sports, but her new experiment may prove helpful for motorsport athletes in the long run.
A simple eye movement exercise with the potential of helping motorsport athletes recover from head injuries. Otago University biomechanics student Fatim Mirzai is using this unique device to gather data for her research, testing neck muscle strength in the event of a collision. She's hoping to develop an eye test that could help drivers process visual information around them much quicker, so they can control their head movement before an impact.
I'm going to evaluate the connection between the vision and the neck muscle response. Our ability to control the head inside impact collisions.
Rally driver superstar Emma Gilmore recently took part in Mirzai's experiment, seeing if her quicker ocular motor performance would speed up her neck muscle response. The PhD student hopes the information she finds will help optimize the rehabilitation and training protocols put in place for motorsport.
Driving is not just a physical task. It's related to mental task, and when you are driving, it challenges your mind.
She's currently in the data gathering stage of her research, but believes her results are looking promising, with the goal of completing her PhD by December next year. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Dunedin's Deputy Mayor is handing in her resignation as controversy within the City Council reaches boiling point. Sophie Barker officially stepped down from the role of Deputy Mayor yesterday after citing difficulties she faced working with Dunedin Mayor Jules Raddick. Her resignation comes as she and Councillor Jim O'Malley filed a complaint against Raddick after his comments last week seemed to minimise racial abuse from a community board chairman. Raddick has since apologised for his commentary on the matter, but Barker says she's unable to continue as deputy after laying the code of conduct complaint, but will stay on as a councillor. The DCC appointed first-term councillor Cherry Lucas as the new deputy mayor this afternoon, less than 24 hours after Barker's resignation. The complaint laid against Raddick will still be reviewed. And a code of conduct complaint has also been laid against Carmen Houlihan, councillor, by Sophie Barker, following accusations from Houlihan that the former deputy mayor was pursuing a political agenda with her complaint against Raddick. A Selwyn man has launched an ambitious new driving school where you never have to take the risk of learning on the road. Brad Mannering has fitted out the inside of a former ambulance with an advanced driving simulator, enabling students to learn to drive in complete safety.
Learning to drive just got a whole lot safer. This driving simulator is proving to be a big hit in the Selwyn district, as teenagers flock to learn to drive on virtual roads in safety.
A little bit foreign for a start, but now you're actually immersed in doing it correctly. I mean, I haven't seen you make too many mistakes. Your lane positioning is really good.
Selwyn Driving School Director Brad Mannering has spent the last few months converting a former ambulance into a high-tech mobile driving simulator, appropriately named the Simbulance.
So I was looking at the limitations of what I can do in-car, and I thought there's got to be another way to let these students experience real world hazards, and we thought simulator is the only way we can do it.
He says they're currently doing up to 25 lessons per week. But as word spreads, the demand for the virtual driving school continues to grow.
Younger people find it really, really easy to get into because they're around technology a lot. Adults, it takes them about 10 or 15 minutes to try and, get themselves understanding.
Mannering sold his tourism business to help fund the $70,000 setup cost for the French-designed ECA Group simulator. The qualified driving instructor says it's the most realistic driving simulator he could find, easily modifying it to replicate New Zealand roads and conditions.
It's doing everything that I thought it would, so the next step is to try and get it in at schools, have it based there so that people can use their study blocks to practice driving.
Mannering hopes his new and improved driving school will give his students the right tools to safely navigate the Canterbury roads while behind the wheel. In Selwyn, the South Today.
A group of Dunedin activists have come off the rails about climate change, rallying together, protesting outside the city's railway station. The peaceful protesters voiced their frustrations on Monday morning, setting up placards outside of the iconic Dunedin landmark. They're calling for a restoration of passenger rail across the country, something they say will help combat climate change. The protesters rallied in support of fellow activist Rosemary Penwarden, who was recently arrested in Wellington after using concrete to glue herself to a main road. Penwarden has been the subject of controversy over the last few months, being found guilty on charges of creating and using a false document to postpone a petroleum industry conference. A group of Dunedin children have been brushing up on their schoolwork, combining the Māori culture with Catholic religion. The St Joseph's pupils have teamed up with a local artist over the last few months, designing a new mural to add some colour to their school wall.
The next generation of artists showing off their newest piece of work. St Joseph's primary school pupils have been busy with the paintbrush, helping create this massive mural of Māori Jesus on the school grounds. They collaborated with Dunedin artist Araha Novak to help bring their vision to life, aiming to show a multicultural representation of the religious figure.
It's all about our school and our values. We care like Christ and our Māori culture at our school and what we do here with our kapa haka and everything.
The mural shows Jesus wearing a traditional Māori cloak in front of a rainbow halo, along with some drawings at the bottom which represent what's important to the pupils and their range of cultures.
At lunch we would look forward to coming into the library and doing painting with Araha to just get this thing done. It was really fun.
Novak says the entire artwork was designed by the school children, helping them explore Māori culture and religion in their own new colourful way. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on the South Today. A knitted, kind gesture from Canterbury is about to go a long way, halfway across the world to those in need. And the 30th annual Otago Polyfest gets underway in fine style, celebrating Māori and Pacifica culture.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. A kind gesture from North Canterbury knitters will soon be heading to the other side of the world as hundreds of woolen clothing items are bound for war-torn Ukraine.
The efforts of many knitters in North Canterbury will soon warm newborns and toddlers in Ukraine as autumn and winter approaches. Knitter Marianne White used her husband's contacts through the International Lions Network to find a fellow Lions Club member who was transporting desperately needed humanitarian aid supplies into Kiev. The Rangiora Lioness Club quickly adopted the knitting project, helping her to find like-minded knitters, also providing wool for them to turn into babies' clothes.
Well, I'd been watching YouTube and checking out the Ukraine war, as a lot of people have been doing, and feeling a bit helpless because I couldn't help. But at the same time, my husband has been whinging and whining about boxes of wool that what I call my stash all over the house. So he wanted me to get rid of it. So I put the two ideas together and decided to get the Knitting for Ukraine on the go.
Her husband John says the project is still looking for extra sponsorship, hoping for help to get the 200 knitted items to Ukraine by air freight. Marianne says their next project will be making smaller woolen items for prem babies, to cater to the large number of premature births taking place in the war-ravaged country. In Rangiora, the South Today.
As the country says kia ora to Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori, Māori Language Week, another cultural celebration gets underway down south. Thousands of tamariki from across Otago are gathering in Dunedin this week, showcasing their talents at the annual Polyfest.
The sweet sounds of Waiata ringing out through Dunedin's Edgar Centre. The 2023 Otago Polyfest swung into action on Monday, with around 140 schools and early childhood centres from across the region set to take to the stage throughout the week. The 5-day event gives the 4,500 tamariki a chance to get involved with Māori and Pasifika performances, teaching children about these cultures for the past 30 years.
A group of teachers got together and decided in 1993 that they were going to have a time together to exchange and share Māori and Pacific performances. And so this is 30 years of that.
This year's Polyfest included a new area called The Village, which added new food stalls, lounge areas and a health clinic to the event. General Manager Pip Laufiso says the festival has grown massively over the past 3 decades, with the children still inspiring her with their performances on stage.
Every time you see our children putting all that passion in, enjoying what they're doing, remembering all of their songs, being excited about being here is the most joyful and uplifting motivation.
Otago Polyfest wraps up on Friday after a week of the region's youth, ranging from toddlers all the way to teenagers, showcasing their multicultural talents. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Research is underway to reduce long-term damage from concussions, with motorsports drivers as test subjects. A Christchurch man is keeping learner drivers safe, converting an ambulance into a high-tech driving simulator. And St Joseph's school pupils have been busy with their paintbrushes, creating an artistic mural of a Māori Jesus. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello, Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect in tomorrow's paper?
Well, people all know there have been dramas aplenty at the DCC in the last 24 hours, but we've got the latest update on what's going on over there.
Okay.
We've got news that Kahangaora have been helping out the homeless, but not in the way they expected.
Oh, all right.
You'll have to wait and see the photos for that one.
Okay.
We've got a heartwarming story of a boy in his battle against leukemia. We've got news of the Southland Boys High School, which are all set to have a parade through Invercargill to celebrate its first 15 winning the national championship, and then got it called off.
Oh, no.
And the fresh cooking session is in tomorrow, and it's got a particularly tasty looking spinach cannellini recipe. I'm quite keen to have a crack at myself, actually.
All right, we look forward to reading. Thank you for sharing this evening, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MolMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
And as it is Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori, we are referencing some towns and cities accordingly, but looking at the situation first, well, there's lots of strong west to southwesterly airflow blowing over Aotearoa at present, accompanied by showers at times too. Heading to the top of Te Waipounamu, fine with southwesterlies and 18 tomorrow in Whakatū, 15 for Mawhera with lots of clouds, and Otago looks fine with westerlies and a high of 18 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, fine with westerlies through here in each of the towns. By numbers, it's a 19-degree day in Hakatera, 20 degrees the high for Te Tihi o Maru, and it looks warm and windy with 18 in Te Oha Amaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, gusty southwesterlies on what will otherwise be a fine day. Expect 15 in Tahuna, 16 for Wanaka, and right up to 19 degrees in Maniahiriakia. Heading further south, well, a few patchy showers through here and plenty of strong westerlies to go around too. The three main spots get up to 14 degrees. That's Iwikatea, Maruawai and Owaka. Across to Waihopai, cloudy tonight and down to 9. The next 2 days are showery with strong to near gale west to southwest winds with highs of 12 or 13 degrees. And finally, heading to Ōtepoti, fine with westerlies and down to 9 tonight. Tomorrow's looking dry and cloudy with breezy westerlies to go with the 16-degree high, while Thursday's warm thanks to a wind change with 19 degrees as the top temperature. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MolMap, the skin cancer detection specialists. UPVC Windows and Doors is a local Dunedin company who manufacture, install and service everything they make. Sign up this month for a free glass upgrade. Call UPVC Windows and Doors today. Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a MolMap. MolMap is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Passion,
drama, competition,
rivalry,
marketing, numbers,
atmosphere,
power, fight, attack,
intuition,
love, hate, money,
cash,
millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
Oh boy.